am having a very, very bad morning. Look in my face. I'm not in a very good mood.
Here's what I love about First Take. Nobody keeps receipts better than us.
All right then.
Well, we can't actually go through that live, but let's say they had his best interest at heart. No. Parents disagree.
Nobody holds on to drama quite like we do, and today we need to talk about the firestorm Stephen A. Smith just unleashed on Vanessa Bryant. And listen, this isn't just your everyday breakup tea. This is Kobe's widow, months into a brand new relationship, suddenly blindsided by a breakup text, stripped of anniversary jewelry, and caught in accusations that she risked her.
May you both rest in peace and have fun in heaven until we meet again one day.
Kids for a man she barely knew. The wildest part? Stephen A. swears he called this exact ending months ago. And now, everyone's wondering, was Vanessa just unlucky in love? Or was this whole thing doomed from the start? So here's the setup. Vanessa had been keeping things low-key with her new boyfriend, a man the public had barely even seen. She skipped major red carpets because she didn't want to debut him too soon. But behind closed doors, things were apparently serious. Then, out of nowhere, she wakes up to a breakup text. Just like that, it's over. Cold.
The widow had a ticket for her never seen in public before boyfriend, but she chickened out at the last minute for the big event last night. And that is Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, at the 2024 ESPY Awards. Vanessa ended up taking Ciara, but back in the day there was a rumor that Fernando Vargas, the boxer, lived in her guest house.
Heartless. But what turned this from heartbreak to humiliation is what happened next. Because this wasn't just a split. Her now ex allegedly made off with Kobe's anniversary jewelry. Yes, the jewelry, plus a stash of cash. That's when Newport Beach PD got involved. A source claimed Vanessa quietly filed a report about the missing items and even asked for it to be kept discreet. But according to the official report, this wasn't a burglary. She believed her boyfriend, the man she trusted, was the one who stole from her. And y'all, the optics here were brutal. A widow, already criticized for moving on too soon, now humiliated by the very man she thought would bring her comfort. She ended up taking her daughter to the ESPYs instead of her boyfriend, a last-minute change that had fans whispering. And let's not forget, rumors of other men in her orbit have been swirling for years, like boxer Fernando Vargas, supposedly staying in her guest house back in the day. Suddenly, those whispers started sounding louder. Now enter Stephen A. Smith.
Kobe and I were pretty tight. People didn't realize that, but we were. He talked to me about a lot of things. And in 2006, he came on my show, quite frankly, that time. And I was talking to him about hosting the show. I was hosting the show, and I said, hey, they calling me like, they saying I got the potential to be the next Oprah. And he said, quote, F Oprah, Harpo.
If you know him, you know he's not the type to let something like this slide. He had already warned people months ago when rumors first broke about Vanessa dating again. He said on air, with his whole chest, that this was a disaster waiting to happen. And now that it's played out exactly how he said, Stephen couldn't resist. On his show, he leaned back in his chair, smirking like he'd been waiting for this day, and delivered one of the coldest rants of his career. According to Stephen, the real embarrassment isn't even the cheating or the theft. It's that Vanessa allegedly risked everything, including her children's well-being, for a man she barely knew. One clip of his rant went viral instantly. Fans were split. Some called him cruel. Others said he was simply stating facts. Comments lit up with takes like, she thought she was playing chess but got played in checkers. And Kobe would be rolling in his grave if he saw this mess. But just when you thought this couldn't get uglier, Kobe's mom, Pamela Bryant, stormed onto the scene. Now everyone knows Kobe and his parents had a rocky relationship, but when it comes to those grandkids, Pamela doesn't play. Reports say she confronted Vanessa directly, furious that Vanessa had allowed a new man into the house and given him free access to the kids. Pamela accused her of dragging the Bryant name through the mud and putting the girls at risk. And get this, Pamela didn't just yell. She demanded Vanessa pack the kids' bags and hand them over. Witnesses said it was less of a grandmotherly visit and more like a battlefield. Vanessa broke down sobbing, filming herself in tears afterwards. But Pamela wasn't moved. Sources claim Pamela threatened to take Vanessa to court for custody if that's what it took. Allegedly, she told Vanessa, "I'll go to the deepest parts of hell before I let you ruin those kids the way you ruined my son." That moment sparked whispers of a custody battle that could shake the Bryant legacy to its core. Meanwhile, Vanessa tried to do some damage control. She hit Instagram with cryptic posts like, "The devil is working overtime, don't fall into his hands," followed by another saying, "Might be time to sharpen those fangs." It was giving subtle, it was giving shady, and it was absolutely designed for the blogs to pick up. Fans saw right through it. This wasn't spiritual reflection. This was Vanessa sending coded threats, daring people, especially Stephen A., to come at her. But the problem? The tide had already turned. Even her usual supporters stayed quiet. NBA wives who normally ride for each other were silent, and commenters were brutal. She's smiling in public and a monster in private. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Even whispers started linking her to Snoop Dogg after she was spotted at his concert with his hand on her shoulder. Was it innocent? Maybe. But in the middle of this storm, it was terrible timing.
Vanessa Bryant might be messing with Snoop Dogg on the low. She went to Snoop Dogg's concert in November 2023, and you see Snoop Dogg's hand on her shoulder. Some people might think that's okay and her to hold it back. No. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a glass of water, y'all. This is nasty work. This person in the comments talking about she's a grown woman, a widow, and Kobe would be happy. Kobe would not be happy with Snoop Dogg, Paul Gasol, Rob Pelinka, or any of his close friends messing with Vanessa Bryant. I don't care what y'all say in the comments, that's nasty work. I just really hope that it's not Snoop Dogg that's the one that's messing with Vanessa Bryant. Because we all know Vanessa Bryant been single, unfortunately, since 2020. It's been 4 years now. You know that she gotta be messing with somebody on the low, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. You can't say that Vanessa Bryant hasn't messed with nobody for 4 years, nah.
And here's the real kicker. Vanessa's moves are starting to affect Kobe's legacy. Brands that once proudly partnered with the Bryant estate are hesitating. Deals are quietly disappearing. The Black Mamba dream Kobe worked so hard to build is looking shakier by the day. Stephen A., of course, didn't stop there. He went live again, this time digging even deeper. He accused Vanessa of mismanaging Kobe's charity projects. He even waved around what he claimed were financial documents showing inconsistencies. His implication? Some of the money might have been siphoned elsewhere, possibly into her boyfriend's pockets. Now, is it proven? Number. But the way Stephen presented it, leaning in, lowering his voice, pausing for effect, you could feel the weight of the accusation, and that's where things stand. Vanessa, once seen as the grieving widow holding Kobe's legacy together, is now being painted as reckless, selfish, and maybe even shady with the finances. Meanwhile, Stephen A. isn't backing down. Pamela Bryant is allegedly preparing for war, and the fans? They're watching every move, deciding for themselves if Vanessa is the victim or the villain. So now I've got to ask you, do you think Vanessa is just unlucky in love and being unfairly targeted? Or is Stephen A. right that this was all written on the wall from day one? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this saga is far from over.